They told us the rainbow promise is waiting for us. That's what they told us. They said if we work and study and play by the rules, the South African dream will be yours. But with 45% youth unemployment rate, was this dream a lie? And today we are debating if the South African dream still exists, or if it is finally time to wake up. Is this still the land of opportunity? Or are we just running on the fumes of the promises that was made 30 years ago? Let's blaze through the noise and get the fucking truth. Let's go.
Foreign national bar should be from accessing public facilities. We need to ensure that growth creates jobs for all, and especially for young people.
We do need a more intentional and impactful programs that are going to be made or created for young people. Yes, we are grateful that the president has, over time, he has the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative, which has made a great impact for different young people, opportunities that have been there. But we do need sustainable jobs. We do need young people to have relevant jobs that are sustainable, but also that bring dignity. I do not think that it's correct for a person with the qualification to be found in a low-paying job.
And they must also do something about the many factories and places that are hiring illegal immigrants for cheap labor instead of hiring South Africans.
Being paid about 700 rand, and these are the foreigners.
And all of this money and the economy that's going to the hands of foreigners instead of South Africans.
Operating in a big shop like that without a permit, so you must close.
So if they want to criticize us, fair, but do it while you're doing something as well about the crisis that we're facing.
Well, now let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. When nearly half of our youth people can't find work, the dreams start to feel like it was a ghost story. We're seeing a massive brain drain. Doctors, engineers, teachers leaving for Dubai or London. If the dream was alive, why are the people we need the most are the ones who are picking up their bags and leave to London or Dubai? It is not just about money. It is about the basics. It is about the basics. I mean, low shading, water crisis, and the cost of living. Oof. How can you build a dream life when you can't even put the lights on?
I was looking for like busy corners where I can come and have my board so that people can see me. So I just said maybe here in Jansmas there are a lot of people passing, maybe going for meetings and all that, so they can notice me.
This graduate says she chose engineering because there's always a demand for people with those skills.
I fell in love with chemistry, so that led me to do chemical engineering. I've been studying chemical engineering for 4 years, did my diploma for 3 and did my BTech for 1 year.
I'm one of those people who have applied a lot of time. I've even gave up because I've seen just to apply, and when you've seen a lot of unemployed, undocumented foreigners working, checkers working everywhere to our business field, it's becoming an issue.
Thank you for having me on your show today. So basically we are here to raise our concerns as young people basically. The unemployment rate in South Africa is very, very high, whereby we have like plus minus 9.2 million young people who are unemployed. So it should be becomes a concern to say that how best can our government basically and also the government of national unity to come up with skills development that we need as the youth in particular, and also financial distress, because of we have businesses but we cannot finance well our businesses. We don't spend money the way it should be. We also demand that our government goes all out in terms of making sure that the number of unemployment youth in South Africa drops highly, because of being unemployed. It comes out with lots of mental issues basically.
And the remarks by Mr. Gwede Mantashe that the youth of South Africa wait for the government to do everything for them. your response to that as a youth who is unemployed?
That's basically totally wrong. We cannot have a person who's a public figure basically to say that young people are not doing anything basically, and also we cannot have a minister who's not in his office employing young people. So today we want to demonstrate that as our government must make sure that they employ us as young people. We have the skills, we are equipped basically, and we are ready for any workforce. Because if you can check the high rates of the matriculant who have passed recently, we also they are going to be fall in this unemployment crisis that we are facing as a country. And another thing that we are fighting for, we are advocating that our government should put us in a workplace, because of they cannot put us in 6 months programs. Then at the end of the day, I'll sit at home with my kid and cannot go out and express myself in the workforce.
Remember these cues. These were some of the scenes we saw on Youth Day this year, when thousands of young people turned up to apply for jobs in Gauteng. They were responding to the Jobs Fair campaign launched by the province for 8,000 available positions. To date, an overwhelming 1.2 million people applied, and Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi says this is the true face of unemployment. Lesufi says placing the 8,000 people into the various jobs will not be based on anything else apart from skill. The application process ends this weekend and will be followed by rigorous interviews to determine those best suited for the positions. Those who aren't successful this time around will sadly be over 1 million. Need not despair. The Premier says the province will soon open up thousands more jobs. Heidi Jokos in Midrand.
33-year-old Putima Ribana holds multiple post-school qualifications but is still unemployed. She was among thousands of young people who braved the scorching heat with CVs in hand to protest what they call unfair recruitment practices by companies based in Roslyn.
I get 370 SASA grant and it's not enough. I just buy cosmetic, that's all. And I have some qualifications, so I didn't get a job after graduating.
It's so painful. As a 34-year-old young lady, I still ask money for toiletries from my parents whilst I got kids too.
My concern is these companies, they are not many, and they might take maybe 500 people. And what about other youth?
And you have a government that's reluctant, that's not willing to even do anything. You find them in tenders, in mafiaism, fighting for things, but they are not even willing to fight for the young people of South Africa to get employment.
What they must do right now is to create jobs, but not those jobs of EPWs. They say they create the jobs, no, permanent jobs.
Youth unemployment is nearing 50%, described by experts as a ticking time bomb. Many blamed economic policies that discourage investment. The turnout for the so-called Roslyn shutdown reflects the scale of the crisis. Convener Mpokosana says investors abandoned their promises to create jobs and uplift communities.
When they came as investors, they came with promises. And the promises was that they are going to make sure that they increase job creation. They are going to ensure that they empower small businesses. They are going to ensure that they build the orphans' homes and so on. And as soon as they became comfortable, all those promises that they had made, they forgot about them. Now we are saying that because you are straining the economy, because you are channeling each and everything towards yourself, because monopoly, it's a control of a system. Now they are controlling a system, and as we as South Africans, we cannot trade. Why? Because they are monopolizing a system.
Senior managers from BMW, Nissan and other companies signed a memorandum of demands calling for the dismissal of foreign workers not classified as scarce skills and for priority to be given to South African job seekers.
But hold on, is it all bad? Oof. If you look at our streets, our markets, our tech hubs, oh Lord, there's a different story. South Africans are the most resilient people in the world. You hear me? Resilient people in the world. South Africans. Us. While the traditional dream of corporate 9 to 5 might be dying, The hustle dream is booming. You hear me? The hustle dream is booming. From the side hustle in the townships to the fintech startups in Cape Town, people are carving out their own success because they have to. They have to. The South African dream actually did. Or had it just moved? Maybe the dream isn't a government giving promises anymore. Maybe the new dream is 100% self-made.
Zwelethu Zonda is a natural salesman. He gets by selling goods from the back of his friend's vehicle.
It becomes a problem now of survival to say, now if I don't do this, what am I going to do, you know? And then that's when the crime mindset starts coming in. That's when the negative things starts coming in. So we need to always try and keep your mind in a positive state, you know.
Their main product is homemade acha, a type of pickle.
I told him I'm bringing him the best archer in town. I want him to come and have a look. Where's Ali? He tastes the air.
Many young people have no choice but to create their own opportunities. South Africa's unemployment rate is the worst it's been for 14 years. 38% of 15 to 34-year-olds can't get a job. Africa's most industrialised economy expanded by only 0.3% last year due to a drought, low commodity prices and weak demand for its main exports. Despite lots of promises, neither government nor the private sector is creating enough jobs.
I'm Kululeko Maseko, the founder and the designer of Pushy Smogolo. This is my co-founder.
I'm Caridas Chincholo. I do business development for Pushy Smogolo.
It all began with a question and a prayer. Who am I and what can I do and what can I change in this world? I wanted something to represent the hustle. So while we were chilling with my friend, I drew the wheelbarrow in the crowd. I don't know how I drew it. I was just playing, but in the end, the final product, it was the wheelbarrow. Then from me, then it was my answer. That's my trademark. I took it from there, went to register it. I started teaching myself how to make clothes.
In our community, we have lots of young people who are involved in drugs, who are unemployed, who resort to things like crime. So Pushy Smogolo is also an engine to help create employment within townships, particularly within our township.
I'm an entrepreneur in clothing and textile business as well, and I'm helping Pushy Smogolo. Basically, when they have a lot of order with their staff, they come and use us as subcontracting company. Generates an income as well for us because of we charge them per item.
Our big goal is to increase our production capacity so that we can employ even more people in the township and make more change in people's lives. It's all good and well to say, go get a job or go hustle, but we want to do it practically. And as we grow the company, we want to reach into other townships and show them that you can start with just an idea and you can make that into something. And people love the brand because it embodies the hustle. We haven't chosen to attach ourselves to hip-hop culture or house music culture, but we've attached ourselves to the culture of the hustle, which is something that we all share. We've had a lot of people who wanted to be sharks and just bite the whole company, but we're not willing to sell ourselves out at a low price. We want to partner with someone who shares the same vision and who shares our hustle.
We are deep in the village of Muila in Limpopo to meet this young hustler by the name of Thabang Mabapa, who makes biofuel out of beans. Thabang.
I'm Kuli.
Oreng boss.
Toast. This over here.
Oh, check that out.
Castor plant.
This is what it looks like?
Yeah, this is what it looks like. It's only 4 weeks old. You burst open the spike, and you're gonna find 3 seeds.
And I hear these are
poisonous. So if you were to swallow 2 beans, you're gone. You're dead.
It's a wrap.
You're dead.
So we've been to the bean farm in Mwila village. Now we're about to see some magic. See the process from bean to biodiesel and talk a little bit about Thabang's ambitions. It's about to get serious.
So these are the labs. This is where we do the actual processing.
What do we have here?
These are the castor seeds.
Yeah.
Right? So we de-shell them. So the shell we use as catalyst to prepare for your biodiesel. So once you have the de-shelled, beans, you start crushing them.
Damn, okay. Yo, but this is also a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work. We now go to the castor seed pre-treatment.
The alcohol and your crushed castor seeds.
Kind of looks like jungle oats.
Make sure you don't eat these. Make sure. Please.
Hey, looks yummy though. Okay.
So after this, the next process will be to heat it, which is the solvent extraction. What solvent extraction does is we just remove the solvent out of this and also take out some water, because water, we don't need it. So the next process that will come after this process, the hydrogenation process.
Hydro what?
Hydrogenation, yeah. So
I'm a rapper, I'm just a rapper, you gotta take it slow.
We have finally our product, which is the castor oil, right? So we go to other processes, which is the transesterification.
Transesterification.
Yes,
You
Kuli.
heard that?
Yes, Kuli. So what we actually do here, we mix our castor oil with the acid catalyst and the alcohol.
So the reaction between the methanol and the castor oil,
the oil,
gives you
the final product,
which is
biodiesel. As a consumer, you get to give back by keeping our hair clean.
Yeah. Using, biodiesel from castor oil is that you don't even need to modify your engines. We don't want to produce, biodiesel only.
Yeah.
So we're going to produce biodiesel, biojet fuel.
I should probably quit rap, huh? Come join you guys.
Come join us.
This is big.
I started working in a factory in Benoni. We manufactured aluminium. After working for 4 years, I felt that I could do the same business for myself and that our township had a big market for aluminium goods. The need was huge.
Starting a business at 23 years presented many challenges for Molefe. He says the biggest hurdle was peer pressure. Another young entrepreneur lighting his own future. 22-year-old psychology graduate Makatu Chuvula is a partner in Happy's candle making.
If you go to school, there's a lot of unemployed graduates at the moment. So I thought I don't want to be an unemployed graduate because I am a graduate. I studied psychology. I was supposed to graduate this April, but because of the COVID, it didn't happen. So I thought into branching out. I knew Mr. Happy from, I think, last year. So I spoke to him. I'm like, you know what, Mr. Happy, let's do business together. At the time, the business wasn't as proper as it was due to lack of funding, management, and he was doing everything alone. So that's when I decided to join him.
For Chuvula, creating his own opportunities is not a new phenomenon.
I see myself as a hustler. I've been a hustler since back in primary, and also I look up to my mom because there was a point in time where she sold veggies and fruits at the corners, so I looked up to her. She taught me the spirit of hustling. I mean, even half of my undergraduates, I was a waiter.
Despite the many challenges faced by the youth, some have opted to forge their own success.
Joins us in studio. What an inspiring story. Sekile, welcome. Good to have you on Morning Live.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Okay, so you're 20 years old, but when you were 18 years old, your bursary fell through. So usually people, they just lie on the floor and cry and that's the end of it for them. But you decided to actually start a business. Talk to me about what happened from there.
Cool. So I'm 21 actually now.
Okay.
And yeah, so correct, my bursary fell through, but I was at a point in my life when I wanted to get stuff done, and I was the only person, I could accounts to my parents told me that, hey, you know what, we did our best, we gave you the best education in high school, you know, but now we've also run out of funds, so you have to, it's either you need to go back home or you need to continue your studies. So my bursary fell through in terms of that, you know, I wasn't seeing progress in it. Everyone was saying, hey, talk to this person about it, and then this person was saying, talk to this one, and then it was like, eventually like, you know what, if you don't pay, you can't be here anymore.
Yeah.
So from then onwards, I had a lot of string of businesses I wanted to start, and some of them, most of them didn't go well, and then Omax was the one which went well. So how that happened was, I invested 3,700 rand from selling a guitar which I had, and spoke to suppliers, and so they arranged that I get sample products which were not available in South Africa, and from then onwards people loved them. And
so these are watches?
We invested, yeah.
You sell different watches?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, and so it started with 3,700 rand, you got a couple of samples, and then you started to try and sell them to people that you knew, and the demand became bigger and bigger?
Yeah, correct.
That's incredible.
Because now the hustle is booming. The hustling game is booming. The hustling dream is booming. The people say that the grass is greener elsewhere. But is it? Inflation is hitting Europe, the US is politically divided, and the cost of living is a global crisis. In South Africa, we have community, we have spirit, and we have a lifestyle that most people in London will pay millions for if you can make the money work. If you can make the money work. The question is the trade-off worth it? The South African dream just a nightmare with a nice view? Or is there still a path to victory here? I want to hear from you. Look at your life right now. Are you living the dream? Or are you just surviving? Are you just surviving? If you had a one-way ticket out tomorrow, will you take it? Or will you stay and fight to rebuild that rainbow promise? I will stay. I don't know about you. Drop your thoughts on the comment section. Let's have a real debate. Real debate. Is the dream dead? Or are we just the new generation that has to fix it?
It's just a butcher. It's just a butcher of the zoo. It's just a butcher of the zoo. Akakahlangana nemashi. Siyalo asiphizile mina ukhuluphethu ukuthi akakahlangana nemashi. Imashi biwa kuyona. Simanga nje bafowethu esenzakala la. Simanga.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the subscribe button. We are blazing debate, and we are just getting started, baby. See you on the next one. Peace.